What's up, guys? Super K Sharpening. I'm back with another video. I've got my Edge Pro Apex out here, and I've got this pretty cool kitchen knife that I got from my buddy. This is the Cooking Guild. Got a little logo up here called the Cooking Guild. Super cool knife, real big. The balance on it is really nice. I like the handle. It's got a real pretty like wood handle with a cool little deal here on the back. I guess that would be the pommel, but it's not necessarily used for like mashing stuff. But this thing's really cool. I figured I'd sharpen on the Edge Pro Apex. I figured if you clamped it into the wicked edge, this thing would sit super duper high. I already have the angle set up. I've got this all dialed in. I've got my stones. I got the Chaucerra stones here. These have been soaking for a pretty good while now. There's no damage on this knife, which is good, so I won't have to do any repair work, but I'm going to put a nice pretty edge on there, and figured y'all could be along for the ride. But anyway, like I said, everything's dialed in. It's good to go. Let me hop right into it, just kind of inspect and make sure there's no damage or anything. I don't see any chips in the blade, which is good. So, like I said, I won't have to do too much work in that aspect of it, but let's get this guy going. Let's jump right into it. And I do have some magnets, so if you're wondering how the blade sits like that, this was a little custom deal that I did. I went to Home Depot and got some rare earth neodymium magnets, if I'm saying that right, and I painter's taped them to the bottom of my unit here, right under here, and it holds the blade really nice. Granted, you still need to hold on to the blade while you're sharpening, but it holds it just enough to where you're not having to sit there and physically hold this for the entire length of your sharpening, which sometimes isn't too fun. But I'm rambling enough. Let me get right into it. This is the 300 grit Chaucerra stone. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start with work on that and get going. It's enough of me jabbering about that. And this is a little secret sauce that I put on my stones here. I haven't sharpened with this Edge Pro in a long time. This is nice. I figured this knife would be really cool to have on the system. I'll go ahead and check my work here, see if we got a burr yet. So right about there towards the tip, and that's Nacho. Oh, that's Nacho. That's the sharpening kitty. That's my buddy. We need still a little bit of work on the tip. So what I may do is I may pull the knife a little bit further towards me, which the lighting in here is kind of tricky to see what I'm doing. But normally speaking, I would have it just centered like that. But like I said, with the magnets, it makes it a little bit easier. And I'm going to just get it here, and then I'm going to rotate it on the table a little bit. And same thing, guys. You want to sharpen until you get a burr for the full length of the blade. It doesn't change anything with the Edge Pro here. So you would sharpen it just like normal. And once again, we're going to check the work here. So still needs some action up there. More of the secret sauce. So with this one as well, with the tip, you don't want to roll the stone, otherwise you'll roll the tip. So I mean, it sharpens just like any of the other sharpeners do. You still follow pretty much the same kind of guidelines as you do with all the other ones, which is nice. It's kind of a universal thing with sharpening that I found with my experiences, that they all kind of translate the same. Once again, checking for that burr. And then, so we've got the tip. Now there's just a little tiny spot right here at the heel that I'm going to get, and then we'll flip it over. Alright, so that got it, guys. So now we're going to flip it over to the other side, and I'm going to have to rotate my table a little bit. So flip that guy over. A little bit more secret sauce. Right. So let's see. Got to wipe off all the slurry. Slurry is just basically water and metal. Metal from the sharpening from the blade. So same thing. I need to focus a little bit more on the tip, which works out because I did a little bit of centralized work on the tip on the other side. So we'll do the same thing on this side, and then I'll flip it over, remove the burr with this stone, and then we'll progress up. All right, that got it. Perfect. So now, like I said, I'm going to flip it back over to the other side, maybe do 2 to 4 passes, super duper light to remove that burr, and then I'll do it on this side that I just sharpened, and then we'll progress up to the stones. So let's flip this guy over, and I found, you've seen me do it so far, but I found that rotating it, like depending on, this knife is really big, so I mean if you're kind of hitting that threshold of the length of the system in terms of how long of a knife it can sharpen, just turn your blade. So I mean, turn it on the table. It makes it pretty easy. So right now, guys, this is super duper light pressure. All I'm trying to do is get rid of that burr. Okay. So from here, we'll progress up to the higher stones. That looks nice too. I love the way these edges look with these Chaucer stones. These are fantastic. So this one is the 400 grit. I may have miscommunicated on that first one. My Sharpie on the back has worn off, but I think it's like 200 or 220. It's around there. But anyway, this one is the 400 grit stone, and we're gonna, same thing as always. You clean off your blade so you don't cross contaminate. And I'll just start on this side. A little sauce. So these stones are cutting really good. That was only 30 passes on this side, and I have a burr. I'm not necessarily trying to sharpen for a burr right now, but I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and work on this side some. And there's a little spot that I want to hit right back here. I can still see some of the Sharpie. I may have pressed down a little bit too hard when I was initially coloring the bevel with the Sharpie. So it might be a little bit lower than what I actually need to sharpen, but it was spot on when I set the angle. To set the angle on this guy, you unscrew a little screw back here, and then this whole piece raises and lowers, and that's how you set your angle. So you've seen me add water throughout this video. The way I do it when I can tell that I want to add more water is I like this to be as smooth as possible. You'll feel kind of like a gritty kind of feeling, and that to me tells me that the stone needs a little bit of water, or in my case, secret sauce. So let's see the work here. That was equal passes on each side. Oh man, guys, this is looking nice. So we got a burr for the full length. That was both sides. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to work on this side, remove the burr, 3 or 4 passes, and then 3 or 4 on this side, and then we'll progress up. Okie dokie. So let's take this guy out. This says 400 on the back. I want to say the next one is 6. I don't think this progression. Nope, this one's 8. And let me make sure because I thought that was the 6. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, this is the 800 grit stone. And these were all labeled when I got them. I've had these things for so long that the original Sharpie wore off on the back, so I just wrote it myself, and now my Sharpie's starting to wear off as well on the back of the stone plate. Problem is, or the stone carrier, it sits in water while I sharpen, so that ultimately over time starts to wear off that Sharpie on the back. And if you're sharpening correctly, you should be able to wipe off your stone and have it be clean. So that tells you your pressure. That's one thing that I reached out. I want to say his name was Ben Dale. And if I'm quoting that wrong, I sincerely apologize. It's been a long time since I pulled out my Edge Pro here. I want to say the creator was Ben Dale. And that gentleman is super nice. He will email you back. He'll even call you and walk you through the process. That guy is super cool. So shout out to Ben Dale, if in fact that's the creator of Edge Pro. That guy is really cool. I've talked to him on the phone, asking him questions, and he was so helpful. So there's a little spot up here that just doesn't look as uniform, so I'm going to work on the tip about right, that maybe an inch or so right up there, and I'm going to continue working on that just up here. Other than that, this edge is looking fantastic. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we're gonna do this side, and then I'll kind of touch up both sides, a couple strokes per side, and then we'll progress up to the other stone. Okie dokie. And just for the 800 grit stone there, that is a sharp edge. So I've been saying it in my videos. This is kind of a special treat that I want to offer to you guys. So right now, my subscribers, I want to try to get it up to 1,000 subscribers. If y'all get me to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my beard with a pocket knife. I may even keep a mustache. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, but that's a little bit of the beard shot. Have a decent beard going, pretty scraggly, but you know, I'm growing it out, and I'm thinking about growing it out until I hit 1,000 subscribers. So if I'm looking super duper Sasquatchy, maybe we can shave that with a pocket knife. I'll choose obviously one of my own pocket knives. I'm not going to take a customer's knife and shave it with that. That would be gross. But I'll get one of my own pocket knives, probably multiple pocket knives, because I'm sure I'm going to dole it up real quick, shaving through my beard. But I think it'd be hilarious. So that's all I have to say about that. I'll probably put some words up here on the screen throughout this video. But 1,000 subscribers is a beard shave. I may even keep a mustache. It'd be hilarious. Let's get it going, guys. Like these videos, share it with your buddies. Everybody needs to see it. We have a good time sharpening. Let's do it. 1,000 subscribers. That's getting sharp, guys. We may have to do a newspaper cut. I haven't done one of those in a video in a while. I think I'm going to grab some newspaper here in a little bit, and we'll do a little cut test. Haven't done one of those in a while in my videos. All right. So that was the 1,000 grit stone. Then we're going to go to the 2,000. After the 2,000, it takes kind of a pretty substantial leap. It goes 2,000, 5,000, then it goes up to 10,000. So we'll put a 10,000 grit edge on this guy. So as you progress up in these stones, just like any other sharpening system, I mean, from start to finish, you want super light pressure. You don't want to push down on this. You let the stone do all the cutting for you. It cuts into this blade with no issue. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. And there you have it, guys. The secret sauce. That's right. Oh, wow. Already got a mirrored edge on this guy. Unfortunately, guys, my camera's not super duper good. Otherwise, I'd show you. And the word of this video for the day is going to be duper. The super duper. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more work on each side like I've been doing. I got to keep everything consistent. Can't get too ahead of myself here. But we're going to do this side real quick. A couple strokes, maybe 4. Super light. Just like that. And then we're going to do the stone change, and this is where it starts to jump. So this was 2,000. Next one is 3,000. There you go, 3K. And with these higher grit stones, you can barely hear it, and it's very, very smooth while you're sharpening. Wow, that's sharp. I'm going to keep going. 30's been the magic number, but we're going to keep going on this side. All right. Right. So that was equal strokes per side. Oh man. That's feeling nice. So now we'll just kind of even it up here. Wipe that off some. And like I said, guys, if you're not pressing hard, that should come the slurry or the metal dust, all that should come wipe off your stone. So if you're finding yourself having to scrub these stones clean, lighten up a little bit on your pressure. Just let the stone carrier, just the weight of the stone, do all the work. All right. So if that wasn't sharp enough, we're going to keep going. So this stone was the 3000. We are going to go up to 5000. All right, I had to have a little zen moment, just a little sharpening in silence. So from here, we're going to finish this one up with the 10,000 grit stone. $10,000 there. And at this point, at the 10,000, I mean, you could sit here as long as you want and just refine, 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 refine. I don't want to keep I don't want to keep this video going for super long. And if you've made it this far in the video, I greatly appreciate your time. It means a lot to me that y'all have the patience and y'all hang out with me for a bit and watch me sharpen a knife. I really appreciate that. One thing I really like about this system is the fact that you can take the knife off, you can look at it, you can see what you're doing, set it back on, you don't have to worry about the angle changing. That's one of the really cool things that I like about this system a lot. I like the KME for the same reason. You can literally, well, speaking of which, I got my KME right here. You can literally take this guy off, you know, inspect what you're doing, seeing what's going on, take a little gander, and then put it right back on. And I think that's so cool. And it doesn't change your angle. Keep going. I mean, that's what's neat about it. You just throw it back on the machine and keep sharpening. Right, so now we're going to do a couple strokes on this side and a couple strokes on the other. And we'll call it a day on this one. But I do want to treat y'all to a little newspaper slice. But for that, I have to step off camera. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll come back with a sheet of newspaper, and we'll get this going. Here we go. This is kind of glossy paper too, so this is going to be an interesting kind of cut. No worries. Let's see. Cut out some coupons. How about it? Back to school sale? No, thank you. All right. So I'll try to keep this low so y'all can see it, so I don't go completely out of frame. Same guy here. Oh my goodness. No snags, no hang-ups, no nothing. Just pure beauty. Wow, guys. Wow. Anyway, I'm Super K Sharpening. I seriously appreciate you guys hanging out for 40 minutes with me. This is the Edge Pro Apex 4. Let's take the subscribers up to 1,000. I know I'm right around 200 right now, but you know, it would mean a lot for me if we get to 1,000 as a special treat. When I get to 1,000, I'll shave my beard with a pocket knife. Like I said, it's going to be one of my own that I own, and it's probably going to be multiple knives because I can imagine one pass through my beard is just going to dull it up just like that. So we'll probably do a bunch of different knives, and that'll be a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, like I said, I really appreciate y'all watching this. As always, stay safe, stay sharp. I'm Super K Sharpening. Go check out my work on Instagram. Subscribe to this channel here, and you can stay in the loop for the videos. I should have a bunch of different stuff coming out for you guys, some entertainment, so y'all keep an eye out for that. But anyway, guys, see you next time.